Welcome everybody, this is Paul with Southern Adirondack Outdoors. A little different video today. We're going to be talking about the sharpener we recently purchased, the Woodland Mills RS30 Pro. But first, a little update on the hay wagon. It's taking a little longer than we thought. Had more issues than just the wood deck rotting away. Had some metal joints that need to be re-welded. And I recently found, I don't know if you can hear that, little grindy wheel bearings. So Andy's taken all the parts, metal parts, and hung them all up and got them all nicely painted, as well as the axle. And let's see, this one still needs to be have the red put on it. And then down here are the reaches, as they call them, which is gonna be the next project. And in the last video, I had someone ask about Fenway. Here she is. She's been wanting to stay more inside lately. Less energetic as she was in her younger years, but still doing well. Before we get to the sharpener, I'm going to take a quick look at a video, short clip I did a week or so ago on Andy's chairs. I think I showed Andy's chairs earlier, Westport chairs. We put a lot of time into these. They're perfect for holding a beverage. This is a predecessor to the Adirondack chair. Looking pretty nice, all orange. Now we got to figure out a price to sell them for. I told them we have to make one blue and one orange. That's the local school's colors. What you working on there, Andy?
Putting casters on the bottom of a work table for the new planer.
Let's see. New DeWalt planer. The old one finally crapped out on us. This is one size up from where we were. What was it, 730 something? What was the model?
735, DW 735. It's actually considered 735X because it has the in-feed and out-feed tables. Cool. And an extra set of blades. All right,
some of the first wood to go through the new planer will be this 5/4 black cherry. It should keep us out of trouble in the winter making projects. Okay, everybody, we had a slight change of location. I figured over here at the sawmill it would show the off-grid capabilities, since it does run off 12 volt, run off car battery, without any AC power needed. Comes in handy for remote operations. I do wish Woodland Mills had an adapter, so like over in the garage where we saw earlier, I could run it off AC power instead. But either way, works fine. So why did I buy the Woodland Mills and not wood-mizer? Well, I like wood-mizer, of course, but the sharpener in this level of category, before you get into the thousands of dollars ones, doesn't have auto shut off. This has this little doohickey here, which you put on the blade. Oop, wrong way. There. Put on the blade that way. Then as it comes around, it hits the switches and shuts them off. And I like that feature because that means it doesn't require babysitting the whole time. Of course, what do I do anyways? Sit there and watch it go. But anyways, so that's really the reason I went with Woodland Mills instead of wood-mizer. So far, it's been a good machine. I've run 28 blades through it so far. This batch of blades that I have on here now is, I think, our oldest ones. They've been sitting around for a long time. You see there's a little bit of rust on them. And at that time, we weren't labeling them. See a 10 here. I just put that on yesterday when I went through the stack of them. I used my wood-mizer gauges to figure out what blade or what pitch and degree each blade was. So these are old blades. I'm not sure if they need setting or not. They've been sitting around for probably 3 years, maybe 4 years. So we're gonna give it a shot and see how it works. One of the good features on this has 2 speeds, high and low. I'll time it here, but last time I did it was about 6 minutes and 45 seconds or so to go through on high on one blade. These are 158-inch blades. But anyways, let's get it going and we'll see how she does. Okay, she's up and running. See, this arm pushes the blade around. And then as the cam goes, you can see it lift back here, lift the little lever up, which lifts the motor head up, the grinder head. Right now I have it set so it's not touching, not doing anything. And that's really how you want to start. It's better just to ease into it. So I'm going to back off on the screw here a bit. Small increments. That wasn't enough. It's not bad. Hair more. Okay, that sounded pretty good. So now we're going to lower the head so it goes down to the bottom. So I'm changing this knob up here. And it's just about to hit the gullet. That might be a little much of the tooth. A little farther forward. That sounds pretty good. And then you can just switch to high speed. And go through a little faster. I know this makes for a stunning video. So it's good. It does become addictive to sit here and watch it, each one, but you don't have to. It took me 3 or 4 blades to get it, things adjusted. There's this bearing here which guides the blade into the machine. I had to fiddle with that a little bit because it was popping out below the blade, so I adjusted that so it stayed in place. Then you just let her run for 6 minutes. Oh, I forgot one thing though. I forgot the little stopper thing. So let's see, it's about here. I think 8 is the number of teeth you come back to install this on, but I usually do it on 12. Because some of your first grinds are going to be a little bit different, and this way it'll go around once plus 4 or 5 teeth to clean up the first teeth that you made all the little adjustments on. So that's going to go around the circle, and come around and turn these off. I'll bring it back when it's close. Okay, here's the stopper coming around. I'm trying to hit those 2 switches. And we're done. So it shuts off automatically, both the drive motor and the, I call it the pusher arm. And you just lift it up and take the blade out. Now, I did run into a problem midway through. I found that I just had an issue with the blade. Let me see if I can find a spot. You see the rust. These are old blades that have been sitting around for a while, as I mentioned. Now, when the blade came around on these sport arms here, it hung up here because of the rust. I could see it happening. And that caused the blade to tug back on the machine, so it wasn't following the cam properly, and took off a couple teeth. So if you have old blades, look for that binding on any of these points where it rotates on. Otherwise, worked pretty good. So on the back here, this has degree markings for 7, 10, and 14. And those are positive stops that lock into place, so it's easy adjustment. But I have a lot of 4-degree blades. There's no positive stop for 4-degree. So, but it's still capable. You can loosen this handle, turn it to 4 degrees, and away you go. But with no positive stop, you're sort of guessing, or you have to get your digital protractor out or something like that. So that'd be nice to have. And I think I mentioned an AC adapter would be nice to have for working at the house. Some other things that seem a little could have been done better is this adjusting bolt that determines how far up down this goes, how deep into the gullet of the tooth. it rests in this hole right there. I guess you can see, yeah, right there. And there's this acorn nut that goes down there. So if you just lower it, hopefully you can see that, it doesn't go in the hole. So every time you put a new blade in and go to adjust it, you gotta make sure it sits in that hole. Now, does it work? Yes. Can it cause problems if you forget to push it over into that hole? Yes. It'll grind some teeth off. So this arrangement here could be better. Pushing arm works great. Let's see, I gotta do a little adjusting here, no big deal. These arms that support the blade. Now, you can they adjust in and out for whatever hole position you put it in for your size blade. It'd be nice for storage wise if instead of bolts, they had some sort of those little spring-loaded things you press in, adjust, and then they pop back out into the holes. I don't know what they're called, but those little thingies. So you could easily push these in when you're done for the day and ready to put it in the garage without taking up a lot of space. Otherwise, it's works good. Seems to be accurate. Repetitive. One thing I try to do is keep all my blades, so all the blades that have not been sharpened are in one pile, all the blades that have been sharpened once are another pile. And that way you can usually get away with only adjusting the first blade, and the other ones will be on or pretty darn close to being good. So it saves some adjusting time by sorting out your blades that way. So, good little machine. I'm glad we bought it. Saves us a lot of money from having to ship these out or find someone to sharpen them for us. It does take a little time, a little patience, but I'd like to thank Tim and Rick from Two Brothers Outdoors. They came up a couple weeks ago to give us a rundown of the sharpener. Tim has a sharpener pretty similar to this one, so we appreciate their help. Thanks, guys.